The ongoing loss of meatpacking capacity due to COVID-19 was the focus of a roundtable discussion in West Des Moines, Iowa, Friday. The meeting was led by Vice President Mike Pence, who praised the industry's efforts to adapt to pandemic-driven food shortages.
We've been able to marshal the energies of the American people, of American business, to find our way through this epidemic in ways that I know have saved lives.
40% of the nation's meatpacking capacity has been lost as dozens of plants have closed due to the rapid spread of the COVID virus among meat workers. Some closed plants are scheduled to reopen this week.
I think while HyVee and other retailers may not have the amount of variety that they would like to have or usually have right now, I think they will have that pretty soon coming back, and your customers will be there comforted again that the chain is unbroken in that way. I know others have mentioned the threats, but I do believe, based on all the good efforts here, in my opinion, this chain is sound, it's solid, and it's a great testament to the innovation and creativity and the perseverance of the American worker.
And I'd like to use the time I've got to thank our employees, who are heroes. Everyone sort of takes for granted that grocery stores should be open, policemen should be on the job, doctors and nurses on the job, but for some reason, meatpacking plants, people don't fully understand or appreciate that.
But meatpackers were challenged that their profits are coming at producer expense.
But when the Audubon beef producer calls me up and says, you're going to be with the vice president tomorrow, will you tell him two things? One, we're losing a lot of money on cattle. And number two, that he appreciates reading this week that Trump was going to get a hold of the Attorney General and say, we got to investigate and find out if there's any sort of a violation of law in the pricing of this stuff.
Returning to normal will help ease consumer concerns that have led to hoarding of meat products.
But we can't afford for that pipeline to stop up. And we can't afford for us to get to 30 or 50% capacity and say that's good. We got to get it back to 100% capacity. But the focus has got to be on the safety of the worker.
One of the things that is heart-wrenching, a couple of weeks ago we had to put limits on meat purchasing because we were finding a lot of customers stockpiling and buying way more than was needed. So we had to put limits on, and it's just heart-wrenching when you hear the stories of farmers not being able and not having the plants open, and it's appreciated and looking forward with the plants getting reopened so that we can take those limits off and people get comfortable buying what's needed so that we can get our supply chain working together.
You've done an incredible job keeping food on the table in the midst of a national crisis. And I think it may well turn out to be your finest hour. It was a time when an industry stepped up and met the moment.
From Market to Market, I'm Peter Tubbs.